Is your breaking news on this Friday morning. The 2021 school year has now been delayed by 2 weeks. Instead of returning to school on the 27th of January, children will be back on the 15th of February. That's the news coming from the Basic Education Department this morning. But let's wrap it up for you. If you've just joined us, this is Today. I'm Yuveka Rangapa. A very good morning to you. Tshegohaco Moagi has been watching this media briefing that started at around 9 this morning. Let's get all the details from Tshegohaco. Good morning. And you've been watching this from the start, so take us through just what the new arrangements are and why.
Well, Yuveka, good morning. So initially, you'd remember that schools were supposed to open on the 27th for learners. However, the teachers would obviously go back on the 25th. So that was the initial statement that had actually been brought out by the department. Now that has been moved for 2 weeks. So learners will go back on the 15th. SMT, the senior management teams, will start on the 25th of January. And on the 1st of February, teachers will then go back to school. So that is the new arrangement that has now been made by the Department of Basic Education. Their main concerns, of course, being the issue of COVID-19, the high increase of cases that we are currently seeing. And they're saying that they are working with the Department of Health to ensure that there is that working together relationship to ensure that even when schools do open, everything does run smoothly. They've also said that they'll continuously have those those measures in place, those COVID-19 measures in place to ensure that when schools are open, everyone is safe, especially the teachers, which we know they are part of a community and they are prone to get COVID-19. But with the second variant, this much stronger variant that we are seeing of this virus, they say that even children can now get this particular virus. So let's just take a listen to what the Deputy Minister had to say.
In conjunction with the National Coronavirus Command Council and Cabinet has taken the decision to delay the reopening of both public and private schools with 2 weeks. They will need to postpone their reopening to a later date. This is done to provide relief to the health system, which is already struggling to cope with the current demands. The new dates for the reopening of private schools will vary depending on the calendar that they follow. For public schools and private schools which follow the same calendar, changes are as follows. School management teams, SMTs, shall report for duty on Monday, the 25th of January 2021. Teachers shall follow on Monday, the 1st of February. And lastly, learners will return on Monday, the 15th of February.
Well, I suppose we're going to hear all different kinds of reaction to this. There are many arguments for and against this kind of delay. And you can understand, I wouldn't want to be in the Department of Basic Education at the moment. It's a rock and a hard place. But I suppose some of the concerns coming through, one of them being school fees. And I'm not sure that anybody asked the question about meals, which we know is one of the main reasons that a lot of pupils actually do go to school, is because of the feeding scheme as well.
Absolutely. So with the school fees issue, we do know that the DM saying that parents still have to pay. So if your child goes to a fee-paying school, then you need to pay for the month of January. So it's like quintile 4 and 5. Those schools, you need to pay the school fees together, of course, with the private schools. And you've just also mentioned what they spoke about with this particular reopening. We do know that some private schools opened on Wednesday, but they say that they have spoken to the associations, NAYISA and ISASA, and they have asked them to please persuade these particular schools to close and to reopen with public schools on the 15th. Of course, we do know that they can then immediately switch over to online learning. But the issue of meals, remember that last year when schools had to once again close, I mean, we closed early, then there was a reopening, then there was a reopening, then they had to close down again. When that process happened, they then decided that learners that aren't necessarily in school at that particular point, they can actually go to school to fetch their meals. So we would then think that this would be the same because the education sector is actually open. It is currently open. It will open from the 25th, where there will be people on the ground at the school. So learners should be able to actually go to school, but we'll definitely get clarity from the department on that one.
So in saying that schools will open on the 15th of February, was there any indication that they might reassess just before the 15th, or is this a given that this will be the 15th regardless? Was there Was there any word? What did you gauge from it?
Well, at this moment, Juvi, it seems that this is definitely how it's going to be, that schools will definitely open on the 15th. But of course, they would have to reassess, following the increase in numbers, as now being moved to adjusted level, lockdown level 3. And depending also on what the president says before the 15th of February, that is also going to fall into their plans moving forward. But it does seem that at the moment, this is the definite, that schools will definitely open on the 15th of February.
All right, we'll leave it there for now. That's where it is. Those are the facts of the matter at the moment. Of course, the reaction coming through from various quarters. We know political parties, we know teacher unions, parent bodies as well, all have their own views on this kind of delay. Well, the